am I working with shooters? Shout out to shooters. My brother a mover. Your nigga a loser. Stop all that purple, your niggas be coolin'. I just want me a Ruger, no internet bluffing, I'm not on computers. Try boom it, don't want to me, you stupid.
Hey, so you know what's going on? You're with the Collective. I'm Simone.
This is the server. I'm Jada Black. And this is Pundit.
So today we have an interview going on with Rhythmatic. And he's from Australia. And as you can see, he's right there. He's on FaceTime.
How you doing?
Yeah, no, doing real good. Gotta represent Australia. Gotta put us on the map. Just trying to bring up that hip hop scene other than just America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that. So, with the hip hop scene in Australia, what is the state of it at this moment?
Look, as a local artist, I can't really comment too much on it because I don't impact it massively. I'm just trying to build it up myself. We have a couple of really big artists, you know, like 360, Fundamentals. We got Cursor, which really like hold us up, but they're a whole different style of hip hop. So you've got your American hip hop, which is really kind of in your face and really hype, whereas Australian hip hop is all bogany and it's about, you know, the service station, you know, and it's different. So I'm trying to build it up to be a little bit more respected in Australia.
I don't know. I heard a little. I think you got a group called 1-4. I believe.
I haven't heard from myself, but probably.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a little in your face as well. So I see the resemblance. Do you guys think you follow the UK line of rap as far as style?
I don't know. I think it's so different that I don't think it follows anyone because, like, I listen to UK rap and you listen to the grime music and they've got their own cadence, they've got their own style. And when I try and compare it to Australian music, it just doesn't match up the same. So I don't know. It's hard to tell.
So you're saying that you guys' style is just different. So what trends are going on at the moment in Australia then that will make you guys different from other places?
I don't want to put Australian hip hop down, but just like the lack of seriousness that we put into it. Like it's more of a fun hobby that we can do on a massive platform than it is a career. And of course, you've got your serious artists that, you know, will do your serious music and put real music out there. But quite a lot of Australian hip hop is, you know, taking the piss and just having a muck around that just turns into a banging hit. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, but that's how it works.
I get you. All right, so with that being said, as far as you're, from what I've listened to from the Australian rap, because I did do some research, what I've listened to, your style offers something different from what I've heard from, and obviously we fell in love because we invited you here, so we fell in love with your style. So what inspired that style?
Look, my style is very different to Australian hip hop. What inspires my style is I grew up listening to, you know, like Tech Nine and Eminem and all these American artists that can really, you know, put a lot into the music. And when I was younger, I started writing poems in class, and then poems quickly turned into raps. And then I noticed that with all my other Australian hip hop, you know, fans and even rappers themselves, is their style was very different than my style, and I could pick up that I was more American than I was Australian. I was making a song. I've just put out a song called AU West Coast, which is a remix of G-Eazy's West Coast. And it talks about the fact that, you know, there is that American style. And yes, I am an Australian artist, but I prefer to put myself in that American mindset just because I think it makes better music. I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah.
If I remember correctly, that was the one that you had features on as well, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And you also just dropped the track with the Logic and Eminem remix as well.
Yeah, just did a Homicide remix as well, yeah.
Which I also thought was really good. Your videos are really good, surprisingly.
Thank you.
While I was doing some background information, it may be rumored that you have dropped out of school. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, what inspired that decision?
What was that, sorry?
What inspired that decision?
Look, yes and no. I dropped out of school. I did a Hobson remix, an Ill Mind of Hobson, where I basically spoke about,
Which was
you know,
beautiful. I really enjoyed the fact that you even remixed Hobson. Sorry, that was sorry.
yeah. No, so I did a song about it, talking about, you know, my views on education, the schooling system, the way it can benefit, but also cannot benefit, and I just, with my career choices, I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to be a rapper. There was just no study. There was no prerequisites. There was nothing that could help me in that industry. So I had to make a decision. I was like, do I either go 100% at this music thing and leave, or do I give up on music from day one and continue to do schooling? So at the moment, I'm making my music. I get my money from my music. I'm making that living. I'm comfortable. At the same time, I feel like if I continued with schooling, I'd be further behind in music, but I'd be more able to attack it, because everything I do in music is from music. Like, the money I make from music goes back into songs, whereas I feel if I had, you know, studied a little bit more, gotten myself a better job, I would have been able to put more into it. Mm-hmm. So it varies.
Okay.
Now, when you say that it varies, like, can you attack some of the other areas where it may affect you not being able to put out music like you want, or?
Well, it really depends. Like, you really like my videos. I've got a team. I've got a bunch of friends. They all went on to do cinematography classes. One of my mates went to SAE to study music producing. So it really, I feel like I could have done more myself, because I'm starting to, you know, I'm editing my own videos and I'm starting to make my own beats. I feel like I would have been further along if I went to those courses as well. It kind of varies, because, like, if I did it, I would have been further behind, but I would be making better. If I didn't, which I did, where I am now, I feel like I'm nailing my lyrics, I'm nailing my songs. It's just trying to make sure that I get them all done on time, doing things like that. And it's hard to work out.
Okay.
So, do you think you can take those courses now and just jump right into it, or you don't?
I definitely could. It's a little different now, just for the fact that I was with my parents while I was in school. Now I'm out and by myself, and then when you're by yourself, you gotta take into account other money things. Like, I can't go and spend $15,000 on an editing course when I still have to buy food for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
money management.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, with that being said, I don't know if you're familiar with Spicyshakes. Yeah. But that beef, that diss track, and also I've heard he made a diss track as well. I remember hearing the diss track before, but it's now taken off. So how did that beef even come about, and what was the makings of what happened?
So with that diss track, it was really I want to say badly prepped. Like, we went to high school together, and he had a YouTube channel as well, and he was bigger than me, but for different reasons. And, you know, a lot of people because what he would do is you know, sub for subs. I'll comment on your video, you comment on mine. And I feel like that's kind of a cheating way to get up. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'd say to him that, you know, he's not a real YouTuber. And he goes, well, you're not a real rapper. And I strongly disagree. So I said to him, I was like, nah, that's it. I'm making a diss track. And that was a joke at the time, until he messaged me and he says, hey, man, did you want to actually do this? I said, what do you mean? And he goes, well, you know, let's make a diss track on each other. And then, you know, we can put it out. You're this big, you know, fancy rapper. Surely you could destroy me. And I said, if you're asking me to make a diss track on you, you've already lost. Like, that's how this works. But then he was like, yeah, we'll do it, but you can only talk about the stuff that's on my YouTube channel, no personal disses. And I'm like, that's kind of the point. He was like, oh, you can't talk about this, that, and the other, while I can do whatever I want. So I was really limited in the diss track making process because all I had was his YouTube videos. And while his YouTube videos sucked, they're not really something that I can throw jabs at. There was so much personal information that I had that I was ready for, and then it just all got shut off. But then he kind of flipped it because when he made his diss track, he just went full personal jabs, and it looks like I lost, but I couldn't do anything about it. So
well, it's taken down now, so it's not like he can really redisplay it.
I mean, I thought so much about making a second diss track, but I feel like just reviving that would be worthless. I've got so many bigger beefs now that taking it back to Spicyshakes is just useless.
Bigger beefs.
But that kind of makes sense though, because the way he was talking, his videos just sound. What he was saying about you and about your diss rap, it was just like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
She wasn't in favor of it. I didn't think it was that bad of a video, to be honest with you.
He was talking nonsense.
I think both of you guys, had y'all moments where y'all had one up on each other.
I'm gonna put it out there. That was one of my worst songs.
But I think that was one of your worst videos.
Oh, okay.
But the song was compared to a UK Australian rap. It's fine. And I say that because if you were putting it on an American scale, that's kind of hard.
Right.
Because you're taking something that's originated from here and you're trying to morph it into your own thing.
Can I go back? Would you mind if I went back to something that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, cool.
So you mentioned that your team is just a bunch of your friends and that you edit your own videos and such. So that suggests you're independent.
Yeah. So when I very first started, it was just an iPhone camera set up on a tripod, just recording one-take videos as simply as that. I used to have to ask my sister to hold a camera just so I could have like a little shake effect, and then I later found out that you can edit a shake effect, so I feel like an idiot. But yeah, so I'm independent in the sense that I'm in charge of it all, but I'm not independent in the fact that other people help me to do it, if that makes sense. Like, I edit my own music, I'm making my own beats, but at the same time, my friends film my videos, they put in photography work. It's a bit up and down.
Alright, so I think you put a lot of your personal life in your music and as well online. Like on your YouTube channel, you've posted your first performance. Can you go through that and tell me your emotions while and before?
My first performance was nerve-wracking to say the least. Like, I'm really glad I did it though, because performing is really why I'm in this. Like, it's all good and fun to make the music. I love making the music, but it's performing that I want to be at.
That's the money.
So, when I did my first performance, I had a lot of people film it and they sent it to me, and I just had the idea that I wanted to show people what it was that I wanted to do. And there was a lot of people that, couldn't make it to the show just, for time, pricing, things like that. So I decided to make the video, and I think, honestly, as a first performance, I think I did really well. I messed up on stage, but everyone was real supportive about it. And it was just, I don't know, the butterflies were there, the heart was pumping, and it really just, I'd been doing like music for about a year and a half, but that one show kickstarted the seriousness of it, because I knew I wasn't being taken seriously until I did the show, and my haters went to that show and came up to me afterwards and said, "You are so much better than what I thought you were. This is great." And I was like, that's it. That's all I needed. And from that day forward, I just, really make the best that I can. I want to do more shows, and I've really come up so far from that first performance.
So you called yourself an underground rapper. Do you want to stay underground, or do you want to go mainstream? Because those are two totally separate lanes.
Yeah,
you can gain fame in either.
I feel like I want. It's hard to explain. I want to change mainstream so that my underground style can fit it.
Okay. So, merch. Where can I get this merch?
Merch. Okay, so I'm trying to get a website sorted. It's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit of extra work in the background, but I do have, I got shirts, I got hoodies, I got hats, I got the official Rhythmatic hats. Basically, all you got to do is on my Instagram, there's a bunch of photos. If you send me a message with a screenshot of which one you want, I can get that sorted. If you send me like a screenshot of the one you want, I can get that sorted. At the moment, it's just you kind of message me, and I work it out for you because I got to print the hats. I gotta go get the jumpers. So for me to organize everything, it's really easy for me. If you just say, "Yo, man, I want a hat," I'm gonna get you a hat. Like that.
So here's the thing. I need a hoodie. We'll figure out the whole money system thing. Just tell me how much I got to pay in US dollars, and I'm gonna get one.
So it's 35 AUD. So for you, it's like, this is for the hats, right? The hats, the premium snapbacks, they're $35. AUD, I think it's like 26. So that's the price. I got a whole bunch of different ones. So I got the black Rhythmatic snapback. I got the white Rhythmatic snapback. I have a different. One sec. Getting too old for this. I've got a different logo as well. That's the hollowed out one, and that comes on the white snapback as well. As for the shirts, literally any logo that I have, I'll just put on a shirt. That's easy. And those ones are 25. So for you, that's like 21. So just message me. I'll get it sorted. I'm gonna send it your way. Done.
And tell the people your Instagram.
My Instagram is @Rhythmatic_official. You can find me on Snapchat, ridiculous_Reese. I post a lot of sneak peeks on there. YouTube, Rhythmatic NL. Facebook, Rhythmatic NL. I think that's all I've got. Xbox handle, Rhythmatic NL. I don't even know. Like, whatever. PlayStation. I think my PlayStation is @not Rhythmatic. So just to be confusing. Okay, so I had a PlayStation 3 back when I was living with my parents, and I signed up for PlayStation Network as Rhythmatic. I got a PlayStation 4 and went to sign up for PlayStation Network and forgot my email. So I needed to make a new one, and Rhythmatic was already taken by me. So so not Rhythmatic for PlayStation.
Thank you for all of your time. We realize it's different time zones. It's 12 over there. It's 10 over here. So we appreciate you and all that you do. Next project out, please let us know.
So I got a bunch of different projects. I got a brand new single called Working that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm hosting a cypher this Friday at 5 o'clock EST, which is my Impatient Cypher, which is a brand new single as well. I got a brand new club banger called What You Drinking that's got a massive music video to go with it. And then I'm working on a side EP called Dear Blank, which is, got Dear Dad and a bunch of other letters to other people, but I'm not gonna give that away just yet.
All right, if you want to subscribe to Rhythmatic NL, that's his YouTube, Rhythmatic NL. You heard all the other acts.
Get it done. Join the fam. Join the rhythm squad. Join the rhythmaticians.
I'm C the Server.
I'm Simone.
And I'm Zeta Blythe.
This is
And I am Rhythmatic, and this has been Pundit TV for you.
Hey, there you go.